India is coming up with the biggest IPO, and yes, I am talking about Hyundai Motors India. Hyundai is the second largest car maker in the country and has a very strong brand popularity. Why I say this is the largest? Because it is coming up with the issue size of 27,000 crore, largest if I compare to LIC, which was 21,000 crore, and Paytm, which was 12,000 crore. There is a lot of IPO frenzy going on, and almost all IPOs were oversubscribed this year. But the question is, should you apply in the Hyundai IPO? For that, we need to understand the business better and also compare with the listed players, that is Maruti Suzuki, Tata Motors, Mahindra and Mahindra. Hello everyone, I'm Asta Khurana and welcome to Zerodha Varsity Videos. Let's begin. First up, let's talk about revenues. Hyundai has the smallest revenue if we compare it with its peers. As of FY24, the revenue for the company was somewhere around 71,000 crore. On the other hand, Maruti Suzuki and Mahindra had their revenues of about 1.4 lakh crores. Talking about Tata Motors, they had the largest revenue of 4.4 lakh crores. Next, let's talk about the market share. Hyundai has a market share of somewhere around 14 to 15%. But in past, there have been times when Tata Motor has sold more units than Hyundai. Also, the increasing popularity of EV and Tata Motors is leading in that segment with Nexon, Tiago and Punch as their car models. Hyundai also has this EV car models, Kona and Ioniq, but their overall EV portfolio is not that big. On the other hand, Maruti Suzuki is the largest car maker with the market share of over 41%. Tata Motors and Mahindra do have a smaller market share, but they have diversified their auto business. Tata Motors is into commercial vehicles and also owns Jaguar Land Rover. Mahindra, on the other hand, is into commercial vehicles and farm equipments. Next up is the valuation of the company. At an upper price band of 1960, Hyundai is valued at 1.6 lakh crores. If we talk about Mahindra, Tata Motors, Maruti Suzuki, for them, their market capitalization is somewhere between 3.5 to 4 lakh crores. Now we will look at three valuation metrics for all these auto companies. Number one is price to book ratio. Hyundai's PB is the most expensive at 8. Talking about Maruti, Tata and Mahindra, for them the number is 4.7, 4.1, 5.9 respectively. Next metric is price to earning. That for Hyundai is somewhere around 26, which is not very high if we compare to the average of the three, which is at 24. Lastly, we will look at the valuation metric of EV to EBITDA. It is very similar to PE, but it looks at full business by adding the market cap and debt, eliminating cash. Price to earning, on the other hand, only looks at market cap. That for Hyundai is the highest at 19 as compared to the peer average, which is at 12. Moving on, let's discuss some details about this IPO, three things that you need to know. Number one is the price band, which ranges between 1865 to 1960, and the lot size is 7. Number two is that this is offer for sale, which means that Hyundai has not filed this IPO to raise fresh capital. Neither are they going to get any proceeds from this IPO because Hyundai Motors, the parent company in the South Korea, is offloading 17.5% stake in its Hyundai India operations. This IPO is going to be open from 15th to 17th October and later it will be listed on 22nd October. While analyzing an auto sector company, there are a few metrics that you need to look at because they are important. Number one is the growth in volume sales and revenue of the company. Number two is the price of commodity, metals, fuel, rubber, etc. because they can impact the cost of manufacturing the car and hence can impact the profitability of the company. Number three is that car makers depend heavily on host of external supplies like spares, components, input materials, etc. They need to manage such supplies and also have backups because that is essential. Number four is the demand for automobiles depend on various factors like the average level of disposable income in the economy, the running cost and maintenance cost of the vehicle, after sales services, and lastly, the availability of finance. Now, this was a quick analysis of the auto sector and Hyundai IPO. But whenever we have to make the decision of investing in a company, it is important to understand the fundamentals of the business better. To learn about fundamental analysis, do read this module, which will help you to make the decision of whether to invest in IPOs or not. I hope you like this video. Happy investing. Bye-bye.